Welcome back, guys. Today we're making a new series and it's called Adventure Stories. In this series, I'll be talking to you guys about all my adventures in the mountains. Today's topic will be mule deer. First thing I'll be talking to you guys about is a giant 8x9 that I've seen before, and I have a video on it, but I'll explain the story. So my dad has seen it quite a few times but never could get videos or pictures of it. So one time we were just driving around and we saw it, so I got out and got some film of it. But the crazy thing was, it was with two other bucks, and I could get super close to him. Like, the closest I got was like 5 yards. So I just kept sneaking up on them and they didn't even care. And it was like super cool because I was so close to this ginormous buck. And they weren't even scared or anything. They were just standing there. They were just eating away, minding their own business. And they weren't even minding me. So it was pretty cool that I could be that close to a giant buck, and then all the two other bucks are right next to it. Alright guys, next thing I'll be talking about is this giant 5-point mule deer shed that my dad and I found up in Cokeville. So it was 3 years ago, and we were mule deer hunting up there, and we were riding our four-wheelers around, and then all of a sudden my dad, he just starts glassing, and then he somehow finds a group of deer and there's a 2-point, and I wanted to get my first deer, so I didn't really care how big it was. So I decided I wanted to go after it, and then we had to climb this super steep hill. It was pretty big, and then once we got up there, we got about 175 yards of it, but it was behind a thick bush. I didn't feel very comfortable with it. So then after we tried waiting it out, see if they'd move away from it, they smelled us, and so they took off over the hill. So we tried following them and we couldn't find them at all. So we kept looking and looking, and then after a while my dad called me over where he was, and I looked over by him, and there was this ginormous 5-point mule deer shed. It has great forks right here, it's very big, amazing forks right here, and then a little cheater right here. And as you can see, if we found the other side, this would be a ginormous set. That would have been super cool to get. And also if it was a brown, it's pretty chalk though, but it's the biggest shed that my dad and I have ever found together. Alright guys, the next story I'm going to be telling you guys is about the giant drop tine buck. So you've probably seen him in many of my videos that I've made before, and he just hangs out around where I live, so I like to record him because he has big antlers and he has cool characteristics on him. But also, you may have noticed that you haven't seen him in a while in my recent videos, because I just noticed that he's a buck with a broken antler, and if you zoom in on the picture, his drop tine broke off from fighting or something like that, or natural causes. And yeah, he's still a cool buck. He's very big. Right now I'm gonna show you some videos, but yeah, he's like a ginormous buck. I saw him around a whole bunch, so I get to know him. And also he's just like super cool, and he has a lot of characteristics. Like, he's not even a solid typical 4x4, he's a non-typical, very big 5-point buck. Alright guys, next story I'll be telling you guys about is my brother's first deer. And so it happened, it was 2 days after I shot my deer this year, and it was Monday morning. It was very early, so we drove up to our hunting spot, and we decided to go up this hill that we figured out was on the land that we could hunt. and we drove up to the top of it and decided to go hiking out because we've seen a 4-point over there. And so we started walking in that area, and my dad glassed up a nice 4-point. I was just bedded, had no idea we were there, and he was just chilling there, laying down, so my brother could take his time. And he took his first shot and missed, and then the buck still didn't move, had no idea what was shooting at him. So my brother took another shot. It hit him right in the back, but he still got up, but he didn't like run away because he was injured. And so my brother took another shot and dropped him right in his tracks. And it was pretty cool because it was my brother's first buck, and it's a giant 4-point. I'll show you some pictures and videos right now, but it's a amazing 4-point. Has very good mass, and it has cool characteristics like it has crab claws on both antlers, and then it also has very, very good mass. Alright guys, last story I'm going to be telling you guys is a deer that I found, and it didn't have an eye. And so it was pretty cool. I was just hiking around trying to get some videos of bucks, and all of a sudden a doe and a little 5-point buck popped out. And I was first just going to take some pictures of it, some videos of it, because I thought it was cool, because I was pretty close to it. And then when I was zooming in with my camera, I realized that one of its eyes was missing. And it was pretty cool and creepy at the same time, because like it didn't have an eye. And I was also wondering, like, how did its eye go missing? Like, did it get poked out in a fight, or did it like get hit by a tree or something, or did it just like not come with him when he was born? But I was also feeling sad for that buck because he had disadvantage all over the other bucks who had 2 eyes. They only had 1. And yeah, I also thought he was cool. I got some cool pictures of him. So yeah, it's a pretty cool buck. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and always stay elevated.